What's happening, guys? This is Mike at Mike's Total Dragon Channel, and tonight I would like to talk about Robert Kirkman's newest ongoing, Void Rivals. Now, this was the initial title that launched in what we call the Energon universe, which is a shared universe in which Transformers and G.I. Joe all exist alongside each other. This was the first book that was launched, and when this book launched, it was kind of a amazing feat that they kept a secret that in this book they were going to introduce us to Jetfire. Now that was kind of incredible that they were able to keep that as much of a secret for as long as they were able to. But to give you a quick rundown of what this book is about, these two are these are two members of two separate alien races that are they're committing war against each other. And each one is a pilot, and in the middle of a battle, they crash and land on a planet, and they are basically have to combine their resources to survive and to find a way to get off this planet and to get home. So, and the planet they crash on, it is revealed to us, the readers, that Jetfire, the Autobot, has been basically crashed on that planet and has been there for thousands and thousands of years. So that sets up the premise for the first issue of Void Rivals. If you are familiar with Robert Kirkman's works, like The Walking Dead, Invincible, Oblivion Song, this will be very familiar to you. The way he writes this book is similar to, I would say it's a lot more similar to Oblivion Song than it is to The Walking Dead. I feel like it has a very faster pace than The Walking Dead had, but it still has the same large cast. So he's able to juggle a large cast and able to keep things moving very steadily without things slowing down, without us getting bogged down by, excessive amount of characters, excessive storylines, or what have you. But in regards to the storylines, you have two main storylines here. The storyline between the two characters that crash land on the planet, and you have basically the other storyline, which is the introduction of the Transformers, the Cybertronians, and also we meet members of Cobra from G.I. Joe in this book. So it's kind of like, you have the main storyline, but then you have parts of what I like to call the secondary storyline, which is when the two main characters interact with, either some of the Cybertronian characters, people from the Cybertronian lore, like the Quintessons, or people from the G.I. Joe lore, like we meet in one issue, members of Cobra Law. But it is a really fast-paced story with a lot. It's a lot going on, so you're never really bored. And I don't want to reveal the real big hook at the end of issue 1, but however, at the end of issue 1, there's a revelation between the two main characters that it basically sets off the premise for the book. That sets off that reveals the whole big mystery to us, and reveals the mystery to the two main characters as well. So once they are able to work together to escape the planet they're on, then they get home and begin their mission to find out what the truth is about their two planets and why they have been going to war with each other for so long, and what the reasons are and why those reasons have been fabricated. But I gotta say, if you're someone who likes Robert Kirkman, this is for you. If you're someone who likes the Transformers and Cobra, this book is for you. If you like outer space conspiracy stuff that's also set within basically like a political background, like with governing bodies and kings and warlords, this book is for you as well. So it's got a lot going for it, and I think it really appeals to a very wide demographic of reader. So it's issue 15 just came out this week. And if you'll see on issue 15, we've got the Autobot Hot Rod on there. So, but there are a handful of trades available. So if this is something you want to get into and you don't want to have to pick up 15 individual issues, you can pick up the trades and you can get caught up to speed. And like I said, if you're familiar with Robert Kirkman, you'll kind of know what to expect. He doesn't let the grass grow under his characters. People are always on the move. They're exploring. They're on the run. They're attacking. So there's a lot going on. He doesn't slow down much. So he always has his characters on the go. And that is something that you'll notice in this book right out the gate. Within the first issue, you'll notice that this is a book where people are constantly on the go. There's, they don't let, like I said, they don't let the grass grow under their feet. So this is the book that launched the Energon universe, and a lot of people like to sleep on it because it's not the property of G.I. Joe or Transformers, but I think it stands on its own. But it does have, like Springer from Transformers, the Autobot Springer is in one issue. Hot Rod is in another issue. Like I said, so you do have those kind of ties to the other Energon books that kind of gives it a little bit of, kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for here? Kind of like a little guest appearances to entice you to read the other Energon books if you're not really into them. But I think it does a good job of standing on its own. But like I said, it does have those appearances by other characters to kind of keep you coming back for more and more until you develop a love for the book and the property itself. But that is Void Rivals, 15 issues out. It's Robert Kirkman's newest book, and give it a shot. I think you might like it, especially if you're a fan of big space conspiracy type thing, like if you've ever seen the old movie Enemy Mine, where the two aliens crash land on the planet and have to work together. It kind of starts off like that, but then it really gets into like a kind of almost like a Game of Thrones style with a lot of intrigue. So it draws from a lot of different properties for inspiration, but it does its own thing. So that is Void Rivals. If you get a chance, next time you're at your shop, pick it up. I think you might dig it. So till next time, we'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night. Bye-bye.